Hello, Allie.
Hi, Cher.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I was going to say before, when we were talking before, that when you say welcome back, I always feel like it's like an after school special. Welcome back.
Welcome back to another episode of
Bitches and Business.
Bitches and Business.
Except that would not be an after school special at all.
Well, maybe. Depends on your school.
Fair. So last week we talked about Dollarama, Kathy Hilton, and the real estate market. Pretty well-rounded, I have to say.
Yeah.
But this week we can't tell you what we're talking about because we haven't talked about it yet. So you're just going to have to wait and find out.
An intro.
I like that. So on today's episode, last week we drank wine. This week we are going to have a new cocktail.
Okay.
I made this on the weekend and it was delicious. And I will preface this by saying I saw the recipe on TikTok and I thought that looked so delicious that we have to try it. So that is what we're going to do today.
Okay, sounds good. And I have to say we're celebrating because it's birthday eve.
It's birthday eve. It's Allie's birthday tomorrow. Allie, would you like to say how old you're going to be, or do you just want to leave that out completely?
We're good on that.
Yes. Okay.
We're good on
Moving on. Moving right on. So I'm just going to move away from the mic for a moment to grab my ingredients because I put them too far from myself. So you just fill this time.
Okay. So what do we have here? We have Empress Gin,
which is delicious.
It looks delicious. What else do we have?
Okay. We are going to start with a little bit of lemon juice.
Okay.
I'm choosing to use just lemon juice in the bottle, but you could easily use freshly squeezed lemon juice if you wanted to. This is mostly just for time more than anything because nobody has time for that. I also forgot to use to bring a jigger. So we are just free pouring today, but typically I would put in 1 ounce of lemon juice. Exactly. So 1 ounce of lemon juice. Now I'm using tall rocks glasses. I personally like really thin rocks glasses because it keeps the drink really cold.
These are very thin.
They're very thin. I really like them. I'm also then going to use grapefruit juice that has soda mixed in with it. You're supposed to use sparkling grapefruit juice. So I have mixed regular pink grapefruit juice and soda water.
Sparkling grapefruit juice?
I have no idea. I've never even heard of sparkling grapefruit juice. So I'm choosing to use soda and grapefruit juice instead.
That makes sense.
Now, I'm really just going to fill this up about 3/4 of the way full.
Listen to that.
That's nice. That's a really nice ASMR sound going on here. So it's a really nice, lovely pink color. Then I would do 2 ounces of Empress Gin. If you've never had Empress Gin before, it's a really beautiful
I've never had it. I'm so excited.
I love it. It's really delicious. So it's a really lovely purple color. Wow. I'm showing the camera for those watching us on YouTube, but obviously audio wise, I have no way to describe it to you other than it's a really lovely purple.
Yeah.
So you would take 2 ounces of the Empress Gin. The nice thing that I like about the Empress Gin is it floats right on top. So I'm just going to pour it into the top so you can see.
Oh, so pretty.
Yeah, it floats right on the top, which is really neat. And it's not until you mix it that it actually mixes into the cocktail, obviously. And then you're just going to garnish it with a lemon wedge for also just a little bit more color, of course. Marcus did not. Oh, you actually, Allie, you cut these lemons and you did not cut a line into those.
Cher tried to cut the lemons and I
cut my
herself.
finger and it has been bleeding for a long time. And there is our finished cocktail.
Yay.
Yes, it looks really good.
Let's taste it.
I'm going to give you a straw, Allie, because I like to drink mine with a straw so I can mix it in because otherwise you're just not going to get that gin. And we made one for Marcus as well so that he can have some and not feel left out because we would hate for him to feel left out. And we'll just... Wait, can we just cheers again so we can try and get that nice clink sound? Oh, these are terrible glasses for clinking. So we're just going to... Oh, that's nice. Perfect.
So good.
Yes. This is definitely going to be my new summer cocktail. Here you go, Marcus.
Okay. So what is our first topic of the day?
All right. I would like to go into just a couple of shower thoughts.
Okay. Let's do it.
I listened to our pilot episode about 3 times. And I will tell you why in a second.
Okay.
So I listened to it when we first launched it, driving home, and it sounded really good. I was honestly very happy with it. I thought that we talked for a very long time. It was flowing really nicely. I'm just going to bring my notes in so I don't get this wrong. First of all, I know a lot of people talk about how they hate the way that they sound.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind the sound of my voice. I just don't like the way that I talk. So I was noticing more and more as I was listening to myself talk, the words that I say. So for instance, I said the word so many times that it was every 45 seconds I said the word I also said the word like every 22 seconds and the word every 26 seconds. I also said the word so every 9 seconds.
9?
I said it over 300 times.
No, you did not.
Yes, I counted. And I probably missed some.
Cher.
I say that word a lot, apparently.
Oh my God, I can't believe that.
My plan for this episode is to be very mindful about what I'm saying and how I'm saying it.
Well, that makes one of us.
I noticed as I was listening that you also say those things, just
100%.
not as frequently as I do.
Yeah.
It made me feel better, but I still started to laugh at myself.
I'm sure I say lots of other things that but I'm not going to listen to our podcast over and over again to figure that out.
It's fine. Also, I'm not sure if you've heard of this. I was scrolling on Instagram the other day and it came up as a sponsored ad. A company called Poseidon Cocktails.
No.
They make 3D printed cocktails.
What?
Yeah. I had never heard of this before.
What does that even mean?
Well, it immediately caught my eye and I thought, okay, 3D printed cocktail. I don't even understand. So when you go to their website, I don't know if I'll be able to explain this properly, but basically they have these drink packages and they look like a 3D strawberry or a 3D raspberry, like a giant raspberry.
Okay.
You dissolve it into, I believe, water.
Okay.
And it has your alcohol, your juice, everything that you need it in this thing that dissolves into the water and it's a drink. Yes. So you can also get, there was peach ones and pineapple ones and all these different flavors. You can get mixed packs. I was going to order one so that we could try it, but the mixed pack was about $60.
No.
And I don't know where it's coming from. So I didn't want to, I'm just a little unsure.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that I might try one maybe in the summer and see what I think. But I've never even heard of 3D printed cocktails before.
No.
I don't understand how that works.
Me either.
So that was really interesting.
That is interesting.
Also, yesterday while I was driving home, I saw a gray CRV drive up beside me.
Okay.
And I also drive a gray CRV. So I thought, oh, that's a really nice CRV. I guess that's what my CRV looks like while I'm driving. Because you never get to see what your car looks like while you drive.
Okay.
Then I thought, wow, my car is a really popular car for there to be 2 gray CRVs. It looked like it's the same year as mine and everything.
Do you know how many gray CRVs I see all the time? I always think it's you.
A third gray CRV then pulled up behind that second gray CRV and passed me. And I thought, oh my God, I'm driving the world's most popular car.
You know, my mom actually just bought one, but
really?
it's not gray. It's more silver. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love my car. I just think it's kind of funny how I'm now starting to notice now. And then I always pay attention to the people that are driving them. And I think, oh, great. I'm like the old mom now that I have that I have these gray CRVs. I love my CRV. I'm just saying. I find it kind of strange.
Now, I know you guys can't see, but it's like, it's raining really hard and it's sunny at the same time.
The weather the last few days has been really strange. It was torrential downpour here yesterday. We opened up all the windows and listened to the rain.
Do you have a name that you call it when it's raining and it's sunny at the same time?
No, is that a thing?
It's a thing.
What's it called?
Okay, so when I was growing up, my mom told me that it's called a monkey's wedding.
What?
My mom was born in South Africa. Yeah, I know. My mom was born in South Africa, and I guess maybe they say that
That's
there.
a thing.
But then I was doing this quiz online like a few months ago, just because I was bored, and it was like supposed to guess like where you're from.
Okay.
Based on
The lingo that you use.
Yeah, phrases that you use.
Yeah.
What's your name for this? What's your name for that type of thing? And one of the options was monkey's wedding. And I don't know. I've been trying to figure out.
It must be a common thing there.
Well, and this was just based in the U.S. Like it was trying to guess what state you were from. So obviously I'm from Canada, so it didn't work. But actually it did work sort of because it thought I was from Seattle. But
there you go.
But I wonder where in the U.S. that's a popular phrase because that was an option. I was
never heard of that before.
I've never heard anybody else say that. Yeah,
that's interesting. How weird. It's raining. I don't know. I just never even thought of that. It's so funny. I love lingo like that. I mean, BC is very much like that too. We have very BC things like skookum and Squamish and stuff like that. Skookum is such a BC thing.
Said that before.
I only do because that was my dad's favorite word. Skookum.
And you have a product called Skookum.
Yeah. So when we were bringing in new products.
What a great segue.
Yeah. When we were bringing in new products from one of our new suppliers, we had the opportunity to name them because our one factory that we bring in, they have a full catalog. It's got 175 different units and they've named them all. And we could easily rename them if we wanted to. We could go through and rename everything, but it is kind of confusing when you give a catalog to somebody and it has all of their names in it.
Right.
We'd have to get them to specially make one for us. So the nice thing about bringing in from a new factory is we don't have any of their literature. So we could literally call it whatever we want. Yeah. And they make custom units for most of their customers. And they like them. They like actually having us give them a name that we would like to call it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So Marcus and I were talking a lot about when we were deciding to bring them in, what we wanted to name them. Mm-hmm. And we were trying to find BC or Vancouver Island names. And that's why we decided to go with Sitka because it's a very Vancouver Island feeling. And then when we were talking about the other one, I kind of thought Skookum is a great BC word. You don't really hear that word anywhere else in the world other than that. And it was just my way to kind of commemorate my dad because he loved that word.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, which is actually funny because it wasn't one of those things I grew up with, but the last few years he just loved that word and he used it for everything. Like he would always share my Amazon Prime or my Netflix or whatever. So then there's always this profile that's called Skookum. So we always what's Skookum watching today? So I just thought it'd be a neat way to remember him by using his word, right? And it really fits. So BC, and it's kind of funny now having clients call in and say, "Oh, I'm interested in the Skookum. Can I buy the Skookum?" It's kind of funny just to hear it. So
oh my God, I love that.
We've actually done that. We're bringing in 4 new products now from a third factory. And yesterday we were actually going through all 3 of us and deciding what we wanted to name them. So we've got one that's a little children's playhouse. I talked about this on last week's episode. It looks very much like it's from a fairy tale. So we've decided to call it the Gretel.
Oh my God.
Which is so cool. And then we've got one that looks like it's from California. It's very flat roof, tons of windows on the very front wall. And then it's got kind of 2 pieces that come out that have lattice on either side of the door. It looks very Palm Springs, desert, so Californian. So we called it the Palm.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm. And then we have another one that's got a bunch of windows on all 3 kind of walls on the front. And then the top roof part it's not glass. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a plastic type material.
Like a plexiglass?
Almost. And so we called it the Solaris because it's kind of like a solarium.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. So we were just kind of playing around with some stuff. And then we've got a picnic table that we just called the Benson because no one's going to call it anything other than the picnic table.
Picnic table. Yeah.
I mean, we only have 1 picnic table, so it's going to be pretty straightforward. So yeah, so it's just kind of funny, those little words. I mean, words really make a difference.
Yeah.
They have a feeling, they have a meaning, they attach something to
and
it,
they stick in people's minds.
Oh, 100% they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of neat. So, gosh, it's hot in here. That brings me to my next thing.
I'm always cold.
I'm always cold too, but I was going to mention this already, that when you go shopping, have you ever noticed how some stores always just seem like it's super hot?
Yeah.
Like Walmart's like that, or HomeSense. And it's is the heat just on, or am I just so anxious from this many people being in here and shopping?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Have you been to the new HomeSense since it opened?
I went on opening day, of course, and it was
terrible.
Insane. The parking lot was full. It was impossible to find a parking spot. I finally did. I had to wait to get in line in the store.
Where the new spot is now, because they've moved it.
Yeah.
The parking over there is way worse than how it was before.
Yeah. But yeah, inside it was just packed full of people. Like, it was just insane. So I just like, I felt so uncomfortable that I basically just left.
Oh, yeah. See, I was in a rush the other day and I knew specifically what I wanted. I was looking for throw pillows for my bedroom. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll just go in and take a look. I'm not going to look at anything else because I don't have time and I don't want to. And I walked in and it was chaos in there. And I found my throw pillows. I bought a patio heater because Jeremy and I have been looking for patio heaters and we found one at Home Depot. It was, I think it was about $400 or $500, but we were willing to spend that. And then I walked into HomeSense and I found one for $175.
Oh my God.
I'm like, okay, well, I have to buy that. And then I saw Taylor Simon in the lineup to check out. And she's like, it's crazy in here. I'm like, I know. I'm like having anxiety about how many people are in this store right now. I don't like shopping when it's like that because I just like to take my time and I don't want to have to fight people to look at stuff. And
well, and if I'm really going to take the time, I want to go down like all the aisles. And it's just so uncomfortable. Yes, you cannot do bumping that.
Especially during COVID too, because you don't want to go down certain aisles or you have to go certain ways. And I just don't like that kind of shopping. It's a
free-for-all in there.
That's the other reason why I don't like shopping when it's busy like that, because I fear that I'm missing out on things. Yeah. And then I feel like if I don't buy this right now, I'm not going to have it.
Oh, big time. Especially at HomeSense. If you hesitate, like, oh my God.
If you hesitate.
Oh my God. I saw the best gift for you, actually.
Really?
It was a Coca-Cola bar cart.
I sent this to my grandma. I said, this is a great wedding gift.
I was going to buy it for you for a closing gift when you bought your house.
Oh, that's so nice.
And I saw it and I was like, because I don't know if Jeremy's going to like that. So I just hesitated.
He does not like any of my Coca-Cola stuff.
Right. So I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to get it. And then I was walking back to go get it. And someone was wheeling it towards the checkout. And I was like, damn it. And that happens all the time. Yeah. My mother-in-law did the same thing the other day. She went in there and saw like, I don't even know, something for her garden that she really wanted. And she was like, I don't know. Went back to get it and she saw this lady picking it up. She had both of them that my mother-in-law wanted. And in her cart full to the top full of stuff. And my mother-in-law was just like, damn it.
It's like the Marble Rye episode of Seinfeld.
Oh my God.
You got to get it while you get it. That's how Costco kind of is too. And that's the thing I like about HomeSense, but the thing I don't like at the same time is that they really only have whatever they have of what you're looking for. So if you don't buy it now, it's never coming back.
No, and I regret that so much.
You can't just go online and buy it.
No, I have these Kate Spade wine glasses that are my favorite, and I keep breaking them, and I only have one left.
You can't find them anywhere anymore.
Not buying more so much.
Well, and I don't know if I kind of mentioned this to you, but just thinking about wedding registries, the Bay always used to be really good for, the boys are fine. Sorry. It's like still technically work time around here. So I hope that the guys don't need me. And if they do, they're just going to have to deal with it themselves.
Take a break.
So yeah, well, that's true. That's true. We can take a break. Anyways, there's no store anymore like Stokes. Remember Stokes, the kitchen store? They used to have a bunch of kitchen stuff, and even the Bay used to have a lot of really great glassware, plates, everything, and it's really limited now. And we're talking about wedding registries, and I'm having a hard time because I wish it was still kind of a thing where you could go into the store and scan whatever you want, but the Bay's is not really that thing anymore. Okay, we have to take a break because the boys are going to need me. We'll be right back. We're back. Back to my wedding registry.
Right.
I was kind of really excited about going in and with the little gun like you see in the movies and scanning everything. But now I don't know if this is just because of COVID or if this was always a thing. They want you to go online and do your wedding registries online, which to me is just really overwhelming and kind of boring because you go to the Bay, there's like 8,000 things on there. And it's hard to tell what it actually is and how big it is. And it's just, that's not fun for me. No. So I kind of wish that we could do things like that because you miss out on getting like the Kate Spade things or whatever.
Well, hopefully everyone just gives you money.
Well, that's wink, wink. would be great. Obviously, I was actually looking last night. I was kind of starting to plan our honeymoon a little bit because if I'm not planning something, then I go crazy. So I was starting to look at that a little bit and we'd like to go to Europe. So it kind of would be nice for a honeymoon fund, of course, especially because we've already been living together for so long and
you have everything.
Yeah. We both already kind of had everything. And just with house warmings and birthdays and Christmases, you know, we have everything that we need, but we're always appreciative of stuff, obviously, which actually brings me to my next thing. Okay. I bought a soda stream on the weekend, which is what we're kind of using for our cocktails a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I never really understood the whole point of a soda stream. I mean, why not just buy soda? But then I started buying the Montpellier waters for Jeremy because he loves them so much. Mm-hmm. But he was drinking them like 2 a day. So we go through them really fast. And they're about $1 a piece. So I started thinking the more that I'm buying these, I may as well just buy a soda stream.
I need to get one too, because what Kurt does in the middle of the night is he'll just open a can of usually La Croix or some sort of
and then just drink
water.
Half of it.
Not even. He'll just open it and then just leave it. And I think he's like sleepwalking.
Oh my gosh, that's
but I just told him the other day, I'm not buying these anymore because he doesn't drink them.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just such a waste.
Well, that's what I like about the soda stream. You literally just fill your bottle with the water and then you obviously carbonate it and then you add whatever flavoring that you want. You just put it back into the fridge. It's awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I'm happy. I used my Save on More points to buy it. Actually, I used 60,000 Save on More points.
How did you get 60,000 Save on More points?
So since November, in November, I used 200,000 points that I had been saving up for the year previous. And we went to Whistler. We stayed in a 5-star hotel and we got our ferry passes paid for all through Save on More points. So I've been building since November. I have 180,000 right now.
Okay. I've been saving my Save on More points probably, oh God, I don't even know. Years. And I have like 30,000
You have to points shop though. So when you read the flyer, there's various things you can do to get more points. So usually every single week they have, if you buy $20 of Kellogg's products or you buy 4 General Mills products, whatever they have listed, you get 2,000 points. Sometimes it's 5,000. Sometimes it's 10,000. So a couple of weeks ago, I got 30,000 points in one shop. Yeah. I bought, say, 8 packages of granola bars. I kept 4 and then I donated the other 4 in the food bin. That's nice. Sometimes I'll just donate all the things to the food bin that I get the points from. I mean, I'm not going to spend like $80 just to get 2,000 points. Like that's silly. So I try to be really resourceful and mindful about what I'm spending it on. But if you flyer shop, it's not that hard to do.
Yeah.
So, and I like it. It's like a thrill for me. I don't understand why you would shop somewhere that doesn't give you something in return. So I won't shop anywhere else.
Yeah. Why would you?
Well, because you get so many points.
I need to look something up real quick because I have this hot gossip about, I know you don't watch it yet.
Oh, I'm very interested.
There's some shit going down on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh.
That is
I thought you were going to say Salt Lake.
Really juicy. No.
On kind of that topic, I wanted to bring this up. So the other day I was talking to my cousin Becky and I was inviting her to my bridal shower. So we were chatting and she asked me, how am I doing? Because my dad recently passed away. So we were she's like, how are things going? And I said, good. Every day is a little bit better than the next. Obviously, sometimes it just kind of happens. It just hits you out of the blue.
Oh, totally.
And I said, I was actually watching a show the other day and one of the women that were on there were referencing how their dad had passed away like 18 years ago and how it still comes up. Sutton. And she goes, yeah, that was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. She goes, Sutton. And I said, oh, I didn't realize that you watched that show. She starts laughing. She's like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's true, though.
Now I finally know what we're talking about because I never knew anything about Housewives before because I never watched it. Mm-hmm. So I'm finally in the loop now. Okay. I just thought that was so funny.
Let me fill you in on what's going on with
tell me.
Atlanta. Okay, so Portia. Mm-hmm. Do you know who Portia is? Portia Williams.
No idea.
Okay. She's one of the ladies on Housewives.
Oh, and wait. Is she the blonde one?
No.
Okay. Then I have no idea.
No. Okay. So Portia has a 2 or 3 year old daughter. She was engaged to this guy named Dennis, who's the baby daddy. And they broke up their engagement because Dennis was cheating on her and whatnot.
Oh, not good.
So, no, not good. So there was another girl on the show named Fallon who...
Is Fallon the blonde one?
No.
Are any of them blonde?
No.
Okay, then I have no idea.
No. Are you thinking of Kim Zolciak?
I have no idea. I don't know who any of them are. I just have a picture in my brain of who I'm thinking of, and I don't.
No. Okay. But we'll talk about that later. Okay. We'll get into that later. But okay, so Fallon was a friend of Housewives this year.
Okay.
And she had a husband who's much older, and they talked about him often, about like how rich he was and all this stuff. And I guess like a couple days after they the last episode aired, like the last reunion episode of the last season that just came out, Portia is now dating Fallon's apparently ex-husband.
Oh no. Hasn't that happened on another series of Housewives too? I feel like, hasn't that happened somewhere else?
I don't know.
That's weird. Probably. I just think that's weird. I just think, like, I get it, you're split up, but that's just weird. Like, that would just be like all of a sudden, I just start dating Dave. Like, that's just weird.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, that would be weird. But no. So Fallon posted this on her Instagram. I'm just going to read this. I want to thank everyone for reaching out to me and offering their love and support. At this time, I'm focusing on finalizing my divorce and healing, sending positivity to all of you. Sincerely, Fallon. And Kenya, her and Portia don't get along.
Okay.
Kenya commented, the actual wife has spoken, #queen.
Oh gosh.
And they are about to start filming the new season.
Oh, that's very interesting. It is going
to be really interesting. So
I just am so far away from watching that series. I took a little bit of a break from Housewives of New York because it was a bit much.
It is a bit much.
And
it's the best.
I know. I took a bit of a break, and now I just started watching it again. I finished episode 1 of season 4.
Okay.
And it's a really good show, but I have to slow my roll a little bit on it. So I think it's going to take me a while before I start to get even to Atlanta or New Jersey or anything.
I can't wait till you're caught up, because we're going to have so much to talk about.
I hope you know that. There's so many shows. It's very difficult.
So many.
So on that note, I started watching the new Loki show this morning because it came out at midnight last night.
Yeah.
And I was going to stay up to watch it, but I was very tired, so I decided not to. So I started watching it this morning because I generally always watch something while I'm getting ready in the morning.
Yeah, same.
So I started watching. First of all, I'm very into it already. It's really good. Okay. I know that you've never seen any of these, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of a small background.
Sure.
So essentially throughout the Marvel Universe movies, there was one of the Avengers movies that they had to go back in time to, there was these Infinity Stones that they had to put back into their own timelines. So all of the Avengers, I know this sounds bizarre.
I know.
Basically the Avengers all had to time travel.
Okay.
And so Loki had died in one of the previous movies. So he was no longer even in this movie at all. Okay, where they time traveled. Sure. But because they time traveled, they ran into Loki on one of the time travels.
Okay, got it.
So Loki managed to get a hold of something called the Tesseract, and I'm not going to get this right, but basically it holds a lot of power, and he was able to get the Tesseract, and he disappeared with it. Okay. So basically, I know
Marcus is shaking his head.
I know that's not really accurate, but I'm just trying to make it. It's not really the point of the story. Anyways, I'm trying to get to where I'm going.
Oh, he's fact checking you.
He's not fact checking. So, anyways, so after that, okay, now we have to take another break because Marcus also needs Drew, and Drew is ruining our podcast right now. So we're going to take another break. We're back.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. No more breaks, I swear. Sorry. This is a very active office, and Marcus has projects that he's working on. I have projects. Obviously, I have crew that come in and check in with me. So it's now done. I think everyone's going home. This is what happens when we try and do anything before 5.
Right.
Anyways, back to Loki. Okay, I'm just going to really, now this has gone on for too long, so I'm just going to really tell you the whole reason why I'm talking about this. Anyways, after Loki disappears, he's brought in by the TVA, and I'm not going to get this right because I've only watched like half of this show, but it's called the Time Variance Alliance. I'm saying that the question mark. Anyways, their whole goal is to keep the main timeline of the universe together. And when people deviate from that timeline, aka time travel, they call them variants, because they go off of the main timeline. They cause havoc, kind of like the butterfly effect. That's why you're not supposed to time travel and squash a bug, because it could affect everything. So Loki is being brought in to answer for his crimes because he died in the main timeline, but because the Avengers went back to a time where he was alive and then he disappeared, he strayed from the main timeline and created his own branch, basically.
So he's alive?
Yes. He is alive in the sense that he doesn't know any of the things that are actually happening on his own timeline. He's almost like he's like another being over on this side kind of thing. Okay. It's kind of strange, but basically the TVA is meant as like the timekeepers are supposed to keep the main timeline of the universe intact. So they go out and find all these variants and reset their timelines. Okay. There was a really interesting scene where they were talking about one of Loki's great escapes, and it shows Loki on a plane. Looks like it's around the 50s or the 60s. And he's talking to a stewardess, and the stewardess is calling him Mr. Cooper. And he mentions slipping a note to the stewardess and says, "You may want to read that note. I have a bomb." And it turns out that it's referencing Loki being DB Cooper. Do you know the story of DB Cooper?
No.
What? Okay, so DB Cooper was like a really famous thing, and I'm not going to get this time right. It's either the 60s or the 70s, I believe. He hijacked an airplane.
This is in real life?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he hijacked an airplane. He asked for a couple of parachutes, like a bunch of money, all this stuff. And basically, they never found his body.
Oh, the guy in California.
Yeah.
He robbed a bunch of banks or something?
No. He hijacked the plane and he asked for ransom. Basically, they gave him the money. They wanted specific parachutes, and then he jumped out of the plane and they never found his body.
Okay, yeah,
they found his shoe. They found like a bunch of, they never found the money either.
Right.
So the money is still apparently out there somewhere.
People are looking for it.
Yeah. So there's the scene in the show where Loki is basically, they're saying that that's the reason why DB Cooper went missing, because it was Loki on this time.
Oh, God.
And that he jumped out of the plane and then used... I'm going to say a bunch of things that you're not going to know, so I'm just not even going to say it. But basically, he disappeared, and it was just kind of funny how what I'm assuming from the show is, and what I've kind of read about, is that they're going to reference a lot of things through history,
like Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, so I watched a TikTok about Amelia Earhart the other day, and I didn't look into this too much, but there was basically it was kind of like a parody video about how there's apparently an island in France where it seems very much like that's where she was found, or she crashed or whatever, but the government there is kind of trying to cover it up, that that's not actually her. And I need to look into this more because it was very interesting.
Wow. Okay. I know. Good to know.
That's just a lot.
On the thread of Marvel, I saw a video with Elizabeth Olsen from WandaVision and Kaylee Cuoco.
Yep.
And Elizabeth Olsen basically confirmed that there's not going to be another season of WandaVision. Yes. She quickly backtracked because I think she said too much.
Yeah.
But there's another season coming out of The Flight Attendant, apparently.
Yeah, and I still haven't watched that show, and I've heard that it's really good. Yeah.
And I don't usually like stuff like that because I'm just not into like thrillers or anything like that, but it's very good. I highly, highly recommend.
Yeah, I would like to watch it because I have heard good things about it. I know you've told me that it's really good, and so I would like. What streaming platform is it on? Prime?
Well, it's on, no, it's on HBO, so it'd be on Crave.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good call.
Yeah.
Okay, let's completely shift. You had a house close this week. Oh, sorry. You had a house that removed subjects.
On Monday.
That's very exciting.
Yay.
That's here in Nanaimo?
Here in Nanaimo.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Waddington. So I'm like, I finally get to put out a sign where people can actually see it.
Sold. Yay.
Because, I mean, I had a sold sign up at your house, but like nobody goes down that street. I've had like multiple signs up, and it always seems to be on like a cul-de-sac or like a dead end or out of town. Like I do business in the Cowichan Valley and Pelican, all over the place.
Yeah.
And I sell a lot of condos too, and I never put up a sign for a condo because there's just no point.
So that's a really busy stretch of road.
I'm excited for that.
That is exciting. I'm going to have to drive that way home now.
Yes.
Jeremy always drives that way home.
I drive by that all the time. So
yeah, that's exciting.
I'm excited to just drive down the street and see my own sign.
Have you ever thought of advertising on bus benches?
Yes. It's funny that you say that because yes, Dean and Kate have bus benches. We have 3 that has their faces on it. And we are now coming up with the design. So we're all going to be on the bus bench.
That's exciting.
So I don't know when that's happening, but stay tuned for that.
They're honestly pretty inexpensive bus benches. Yeah. I had looked into that before when we were looking at just marketing for Pack Rim, and there actually are a lot of bus benches in, how many times can we say bus benches? There's actually a lot of them that are available in Nanaimo. It's not a very, I guess, thought of form of advertising, but think about how many you drive by just in your course of driving home or driving to the store, whatever.
Yeah.
I can think of a few right now in my mind that I drive by all the time, and I can tell you exactly what's on them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be on a bus bench.
Yeah, that's how exciting. That's my claim to fame right now.
I can't wait to sit on my own face.
Oh, yeah, that's very exciting. Except, when was the last time you ever took a bus in Nanaimo?
I never have.
I think I did when I was a kid, but there's really no reason to do that now. Knock on wood, obviously. Should we do a small business shout out?
Yes. Okay. So I have 2. So one is one that I visited today already, and that was Foxy Box.
I have never been to Foxy Box.
Oh, it is so, waxing is, it's not that fun.
Obviously.
But they make it as pleasant as possible. And I go to Kennedy and she is amazing. Shout out to Kennedy. She is the best. She's so quick and basically painless, only it's not really that painless because it is, you're still getting waxed. But I am vaxxed, I am waxed, and I am relaxed.
Oh my gosh. That is definitely going to be in the description of this week's episode. I love that.
Yeah, shout out to Foxy Box. And then tomorrow is my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
Yes, happy birthday.
Thank you. But we are going to go for dinner at my favorite Italian restaurant here in Nanaimo, La Stella's.
Love La Stella's.
Yeah.
So when COVID first started, they were doing the order out and you could go and pick up food from them. And so we did that a few times. Fantastic.
I know. I haven't done that, but I've seen other people post about it on Instagram and it all looks so good. Yeah.
Yeah. So
They're
good. I love their food.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
Yeah. The great thing about La Stella, I've never had a bad meal, never had bad service, even if it's just the 2 of you or 10 of you, anything. Jeremy and I actually went there for Valentine's Day last year. Not last year, I guess, because of COVID, but the year before that. Don't remember. Anyways, COVID wasn't a thing then. So
until March.
It probably was last year.
Yeah.
Anyways, they had a really great Valentine's Day menu. We sat up at the bar and they had this delicious salad, really good dessert. Like all of the food was amazing. And that's one of the reasons why I like going to places like that because, they buy all their ingredients locally.
Yes.
Their menus change all the time, which is fantastic.
Yeah, they use a lot of local ingredients, which I really, really like. So I am very excited to go there tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. That's a fantastic place to go. Did you make reservations?
Yes, of course.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart. Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Those are 2 really good ones. Well, mine, and I'm hoping that I'm not going to get this name wrong. It's Petrichor Customs. It's my friend Alex Reuter. Lives here in Nanaimo. She makes custom signs, clothing, basically anything that kind of has like a designer writing on them. So go and check out her Instagram. It's petrichor.customs.
How do you spell that?
So I'm just going to pull it up because I don't want to get it wrong. So it's PETRICHOR.customs, CUSTOMS. And we looked up Petrichor because I had never heard that name before.
No, me either.
And this is the best description. So petrichor means a pleasant smell that frequently accompanies the first rain after a long period of warm, dry weather.
Oh my God. I think
it's amazing.
We all know exactly what that is.
It's amazing.
It's the best. I love it.
What a unique name. I really, really like that.
I didn't even know that there was a word for that.
Me neither. Oh, let me just come back to that for just 1 second, put a pin in that. So just to go and follow Alex. She's got a bunch of stuff on her Instagram page that you can buy or that you can custom order from her. So she does painted signs, stained signs, custom shirts and sweaters, doormats, decor, personalized gifts, that kind of stuff. So go and take a look. She's amazing. Alex is a super, super, super lovely, sweet girl. She's got 2 great kids, 2 little boys. Her and her husband, they've been together for a long time. They're just amazing people. So go and support local because they're fantastic. Back to words. So this is very common in the English language that we don't have words for things.
Yes.
When so many other languages have words for things.
Okay, there's a word, and I forgive me, I don't know what the word is, but there's a specific word in Japanese that means that feeling when you get a haircut and you don't like your haircut.
Really?
They have a word for that.
No way.
Yes.
I think it's also Japanese that they have a word for that feeling when you just miss someone so much that it feels like, like a piece of you is missing.
Yeah.
Or I think there's also another one where that feeling when you're so excited to see someone and you're constantly just waiting for them. Like, when you were a kid, I always
really
did
in
that.
Their feelings.
I know. When
I like
clearly
it.
we're not, because we don't have words for any of those things, which is just so unfortunate. I like stuff like that. I like kind of weird words. No feelings here. Damn English language. No words for anything.
I barely can speak English. So.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So we have another episode of The Housewives to watch tonight.
Oh my God. I'm so excited because I think that in this episode, Erica is going to announce to the world that she's getting divorced from Tom.
I'm very interested.
That's kind of a big deal. So I'm excited to see how that kind of unfolds, especially because they're on the trip right now in Tahoe, and all I see are clips of Kyle and Dorit and Rinna talking about it, and I don't see Erica. So I wonder if she left the trip.
Yeah, it's kind of been interesting, just Erica's arc on the show a little bit.
Yeah.
She's really in and then she's kind of out and we don't really get to see a lot about her. No.
But apparently she's going to mention it all. If you know what that means, you'll see.
Oh gosh. You know way more about any of these things than I do. So
just for now.
Can I just say something that I was just thinking about?
Sure.
I don't know how I thought about this, but it came up very randomly. Okay. So I should really just have a segment that's all about TikTok, things that I see on TikTok.
Yes, because I love TikTok.
First of all, I just want to say I've been on TikTok way longer than any of you because I have been on TikTok for years. I'm sorry. I'm pulling this out. I was on TikTok when it very first came out before anybody even knew what it was. Love TikTok. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I enjoy it. I don't care. I don't care that I spend an hour on it every now and then.
I spent an hour and a half last night instead of going to bed.
Exactly.
That was not smart.
Do not care. And you know what? My algorithm shows me a lot of different things. I learn a lot of stuff on there.
I learned so much stuff.
So much. 2-pronged is what I have to say. My first prong is I watched a TikTok the other day of this guy talking about there's a website or an app that you can go to that shows you all of the active satellites that are around the world at any given time.
Okay.
So he kind of started off by saying, we all know that there's satellites up there.
Yeah.
And you probably think, sure, there's some satellites floating around. So he pulled it up and he zoomed all the way out. There's thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands.
When you look up at the night sky and you can see them all the time.
Yeah.
There must be.
Okay, but I have to show you. I'm just going to show you this, even though
this is a podcast.
I know, but I have to show you because I just want to see your reaction of what you think. And then I'll link this TikTok on our Instagram so that other people can see it. Because honestly, I know that there's a lot of satellites up there, but I'm not going to lie. When you look at this video, it's kind of shocking. And that's just active satellites. There's double the amount of inactive satellites around. And it's kind of scary. I'm not going to lie.
There's tons.
I'm not going to be able to find this video because now that I actually want to show you it, I'm not going to be able to find it.
No,
so I'm just going to put it up on our Instagram and then other people can see it. But
that sounds good.
Okay, that's first prong. Second prong. I watched a TikTok the other day about this polygamous family. Okay. What I didn't know when I was watching this is that they're actually from Canada, and I have to do a bit more research about where in Canada they're from. But one dad, there's like 30 wives, 30 mums.
What?
Yes. So this has been going on for decades. Yes. Yes. So basically how it works is if you're born in a certain year, all of the kids that are born within that year, their names start with the same letter.
Okay.
And then you are grouped in like your age group. So this one kid that was on TikTok, how I found this, he has 151 siblings. So he and his mom, he has like 20 actual siblings, and then between all of the other moms, he's got all these like half siblings. They all share the same dad.
Okay, I don't want to be
like
judgmental.
30 kids that are all the same age as him.
That's too many. I'm sorry.
Okay, there's a lot of things like, how do you afford 151 kids? How? How?
I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless.
I know. So
wait, never mind. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't sure if my mic was working. Sorry.
Allie's actually been silent this entire time, and I've actually been by myself talking to myself, a one-sided conversation this entire time. That would be terrible.
That would be terrible.
Anyways, isn't that crazy? So I have to look it up. There's actually there's a YouTube documentary that I would like to watch about this now. It's called FDLS Cult or something, because it's a cult because shocking.
That freaks me out. I'm sorry.
I know. And so at first I thought, okay, that's got to be in Utah or somewhere. No, it's in Canada.
Wow.
How bizarre. TikTok, you learn so much. God. I'm telling you. Everything from home decor to cleaning. I know you were all on the cleaning.
I'm obsessed with cleaning TikTok.
You had a whole cleaning algorithm.
Obsessed. I love it. I could sit there and watch that all day long.
I saw something the other day that was, I haven't tried this, so I don't know if this is legitimate, but you're supposed to take a package of gelatin, put it in your drain, and then you pour vinegar and baking soda down there, and then it like expands and then all goes down your drain. I don't know.
That sounds weird.
I agree with you.
You know what? I don't know how I started on this algorithm, but obviously
I'm very interested about this now.
Okay, so first it started with restocking videos.
Yes, do you know what I'm talking about? All about the restocking videos.
I'm obsessed with the restocking videos. Now I'm at the point where I'm watching people reacting to restocking videos.
Oh God,
and there's this guy.
That's bad.
We'll have to put the link because I don't know his name off the top of my head. And he's like British or something. He has an accent.
Yeah.
And he sits there he gets so excited watching these refill videos, and he wants everything to be up to the top.
Oh gosh.
To the top. Oh my God.
Okay, we're definitely gonna have to post those.
I love it.
So, okay, first of all, I said to Allie the other day, I posted something on my story about my pantry, because when we moved into the house, we have this huge closet at the top of our stairs. When you go down our hallway, we have this massive closet, and we already have a coat closet downstairs. So I don't really understand what this closet is for. And it only had the one shelf across the top, this wire shelf with nothing underneath it. So at first I thought, okay, I'll store like my cleaning supplies in there and like a bar cart, and I'll put a shelf in there or something. Completely waste of space. So we ripped the shelf out. I put IKEA shelving in there. It completely filled the entire closet. All of my shelves, I took the bifold doors off so it's nice and open, and it's an open pantry. And now I've been slowly accumulating really nice glass jars and everything. So I sent a video to Allie and I said, look at my pantry. And she goes, oh my God, I love restocking videos. I didn't even think about doing a restocking video because I was just stocking my pantry.
Don't even think about restocking your pantry without taking
doing a video. There's so many videos of people just doing mundane things. I didn't even think about doing that. And so you're saying that I could go viral on TikTok just from restocking 100%. My pantry? Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
It's very strange.
It's satisfying. I like it.
Okay, have you seen the videos? I'm not like a big ASMR person.
Me either.
I mean, sure, like they sound good, but it's not really my thing. So have you seen the videos of the girls that eat food, but they eat things that look like everyday objects, like a brush, but it's made from chocolate? So it looks like a hairbrush, but it's made from candy or whatever. So when they bite into it, it looks like they're eating a hairbrush, but it's actually food. It's very weird.
I saw this one. This is somewhat unrelated, but strange. I thought of it, and it was like there was like a dog. It was a pug, and I thought it was real. And so then somebody took a knife and cut off the head, and I was like,
"Oh God!" It was cake.
It was like made out of like fondant or something.
Oh, that's just it was weird.
I was like, "Oh my God!" I couldn't believe how real it looked.
This is some kind of my problem with TikTok a little bit. Is you see a lot of videos that you watch them and you think, I'm going to have an existential crisis because this is a real video of a ghost or something. And it's like, but TikTok, it's the internet. You can do anything you want with anything now. So it's so hard to believe any of this stuff.
That's true.
There's a guy on there right now who claims to be a time traveler from the year like 2150 or something. And so I'll save stuff that he puts on there. Like, oh, in 2021, there's going to be a massive earthquake and the entire state of California is going to sink into the ocean, which I know is not legitimate. But
this morning, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Concerned about that.
I had a dream that there was an earthquake, a big one, and I thought it was real.
Really?
This was at like 5:30 a.m.
Oh, that's scary. Yeah, see? It could happen.
It could happen.
But that's the thing is it's kind of like, well, is this guy a time traveler? Oh, but I saw... Okay. Here's the breaking the time traveler theory.
He's not.
Obviously. Because why? This is what I laugh about. Obviously, he's not a time traveler because he posts something and then someone comments and goes, well, how come there's no other news stories that talk about this? And his answer is, because the government doesn't want you to know and I'm the only one that has this knowledge. Okay. Well, so you go onto TikTok to talk about it? Like, that makes literally no sense.
Oh my God.
But that's the thing. You could literally do anything and it goes viral.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
There's this one. Her name is Selena Spooky Boo.
Okay. It's weird that you know that.
Yeah,
but all right.
I love her. I follow her a lot.
Strange.
And she sleepwalks all the time. And so she has these cameras set up around her house.
Oh my God. She's so funny.
So funny.
She's so funny. Melanie sent me some of these the other day.
I'm obsessed with her.
We're going to have to post some of these on our Instagram because I'm not going to lie. She's hilarious.
She is the funniest person. I love her.
Yeah. I feel bad for her husband though, having to deal with somebody sleepwalking like that all the time. I don't sleepwalk.
No.
And I've never really been around anybody that sleepwalks.
Oh my God, I have.
Yeah, I know you have.
I'm not
and I've heard
names,
the stories.
But
I've heard the story. Somebody that we used to work with.
Somebody we used to work with at the restaurant. And,
at the French place.
Yeah. I went for a slumber party at her house and I did not realize that she sleptwalked and I was just surprised.
Well, I think
she was like eating food out of her pantry and I was just very confused. And then I clued in after hours of this and me trying to sleep and her just like stomping around and throwing dishes
you're
around.
You're already not a good sleeper
anyways. I'm not. And I was like, what the hell? And I couldn't leave. I wanted to leave, but I couldn't because I took my contacts out and it's a long story, but I can't put them back in.
Yeah, because you have the type of contacts that have to be in solution for a specific amount of time.
6 hours. So once they're in there, I can't take them out because otherwise they'll hurt my eyes and I won't be able to see. So
yeah, I don't wear contacts or glasses or anything. So I just don't know how any of that works.
Yeah. Basically it's an acid.
Right.
And then there's a piece of metal in the contact case and it neutralizes over 6 hours.
Ah, I see.
So if you take it out too soon before it's neutralized, then you're putting acid in your eyes.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, that hurts.
That's fair. I just think the whole touching your eye thing is strange.
I know that freaks a lot of people out, but I mean,
I touch my eye, obviously, to get stuff out of my eye. I don't know, the whole contact thing.
Before I started wearing contacts, I was just so used to like getting makeup stuck in my eyeball that it just really didn't bother me.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually, yeah, eyelashes. That's the one thing about eyelash extensions. One of the very first times I got eyelash extensions, I went to Vegas and I woke up in the middle of the night and my eye was hurting so bad and there was an eyelash in there. So I got it out. But then another one from the top had come like up and under my eyelid and I had to use nail clippers to cut it off because I couldn't get it out.
That would be so painful.
It was like 3:00 in the morning and you're basically still mostly hammered from going to sleep and it was not fun.
Hammered from going to sleep.
You know what I mean? Like from before and
whatever you know what you're doing before.
Like, who knows? But it was just terrible. God. Yeah.
Okay, how are we doing for time? Okay.
Yeah, we've got 10 minutes before before the show starts. Okay. I mean, everything's on a very tight time schedule because we have to watch Housewives at 6.
We're streaming it live.
Because we're in the office, we're streaming it live. We don't have PVR out here because we just don't really need PVR. So it's fine. It's all good. These cocktails are pretty good.
They're really good.
Yeah, I know. No big deal.
How does that ice sound on the microphone? That's some good ASMR.
Oh, that's nice.
Right?
Yes. Oh, so I'm not sure if you noticed that I posted on our Instagram today about what Nick's comments were to me about hating my voice.
Oh.
So Nick Watts, who we did a shout out to last time, I told him that I would also do another shout out to him this episode. He commented, I posted today about how I've been listening to our podcast again and how much I hated my voice. Yeah. And he commented and said, oh, like a female radio host. And I laughed and I thought, well, I guess that's coming back to bite me in the ass. So whatever, Nick. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. We're fine. Yeah, it's all okay. That's cool. All I kind of really got, I think.
Should we wrap it up?
I think we should. But we'll be back next week. And you can obviously find us everywhere that you listen to any other podcasts. We'll be there.
Are we on Apple Podcasts?
Marcus, can you please confirm we are not on Apple Podcasts, but we are on Spotify.
Okay, perfect.
And we will have our video obviously on YouTube.
Okay.
So you can find us on YouTube, Bitches in Business, as well as on Spotify, Bitches in Business. You can also find us on Instagram. I haven't made a Facebook yet because I just don't know if we really need that. Also,
Instagram, Bitches in Business without the I.
So what I've started to find out is that a lot of platforms don't like bitches.
Right.
They just are not about the bitches.
I personally love bitches.
I like bitches. So I have to do it without the I because it just makes the most sense. So, also, shout out to Jeremy Watt, my lovely fiance, who called us 2 bitches and a microphone. So that's great.
Joke's on him. We have 2 microphones.
We both have a microphone. So
unfortunately for everyone.
Can you imagine talking into the same microphone?
No, that'd be horrible.
Terrible.
And that's not very COVID friendly.
It's really not COVID friendly at all. But as Allie mentioned earlier, she's vaxxed, waxed, and ready to relax. So
I am already relaxed.
I'm also vaxxed. I'm not waxed. However, I don't like the waxing, so I deal with it myself. But like the waxing, I just don't know how I feel about the waxing.
I will say
one of those things that like
gets
stops
easier.
Hurting. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Way easier.
It stops hurting.
I've got nothing. There's nothing there.
As in it's ripped all your pain receptors out?
No, I've got no hair.
Okay, well, that's typically how waxing works.
I've got nothing left.
Also, vaxing would also kind of work for that term also. Just saying. Because like wax. Never mind. I'll explain it to you later. Okay. This has been great. And we'll see you next week.
I'll be a year older.
Well, Kate, no, that's not really how birthdays work.
Yeah, it is.
No, you are currently 364 days, and then you'll be 4 or 5 days or whatever into your next year. So that's just not really how that works.
Okay.
You're not an entire year. You'll be a week older.
Okay.
Bye.